Hello and welcome to another AGS Success screencast. This screencast is about memory and specifically new learning connections. I'd like to think about this as bridging the gap between what we currently know about a topic and actually our new learning that we want to get to. I'm going to use this video to demonstrate how we make learning connections. And if we look at the video here, we've got somebody who's crossing a ravine, and the first time we actually try to cross the ravine, or in this case, make that new learning connection between our current learning and where we want to get to, it can be very, very difficult, and it takes a great deal of time, effort and concentration. But actually, as the video will show in a few seconds, the more and more we actually make that journey, the easier it becomes. And that's very true with learning. And we all find that sometimes it's very, very difficult initially. We fall, we hit brick walls, and we don't think we're going to get there. But actually, bit by bit, as we continue to cross that divide and bridge the gap, actually it becomes easier and easier along the way. And this is very important, that we don't feel that we're going to get stuck and we don't give up. But actually, the way the human body works, we can make this trip a lot easier with our experience as we go along, until it becomes very, very easy and it becomes almost second nature that we can make that trip without any problem at all. A technique we can also use is called spacing, and spacing refers to actually using a distance between when we actually recall that information. And actually, the longer we leave between actually going back to that information and recalling it, the harder it becomes for our brain. And that might sound negative initially, but that's great because our brain has to work harder to retrieve that information. And that's great because if we're making our brain work harder, then actually we're able to recall that information a lot easier. So a great tip there is not just to cram everything all in one night, but actually to learn it, to try and bridge that gap, to go away, to leave it for an hour or a night or a week, and then come back to it and train your brain to be able to cross that bridge as many times as you can, because it will become easier and easier as we go along.